What's up, and welcome to ADHD Hobbies and another episode of Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. Today's build, we're going to jump into the Assault class. I got a build here for you that's going to help with all those pesky little issues that you get. The Assault class is one of the classes in higher tiers that people tend to have issues keeping alive. This build fixes a lot of those issues. You can watch here. I do tons of slaughtering, tons of killing. Your health's going to be all over the place, but you're definitely going to come out at the end alive and kicking and screaming, leaving all your friends wondering what the hell just happened. The Assault class is not an easy class to play. You're going to have to stay mobile and stay busy. Things can tune you up pretty quick, but if you're getting your gun strikes, getting your executions and things like that, you're going to come out on top in nearly every situation that you come into. The one thing that the Assault class is good at is 360 damage with that big ass hammer that they have. They give a good swing and lots of things around them take damage. It's great for clearing out Majoris, Minoris, and a little bit Extremis and Terminus things as well. The hammer has a massive kick to it. And if you know how to use it correctly, you're going to do massive amounts of damage with it. You're not even going to be pulling your weapon out much except for those random gun strikes. The rest of the time you're going to spend jetpacking around and dashing around and smashing things and just covering yourself in blood. But enough of telling you things you already know. Let's jump on over and take a look at the build. And here we are at the Armoring Hall. Spent way too much time here. It's like a mini game in itself. Gotta have these guys looking good. First up is going to be your offhand. On this build, it literally does not matter what you take. You will more than likely have a range player on your team, and 99% of your damage is going to be done with the hammer. Your pistol is going to be mostly used for your gun strikes. So I run with the heavy bolt pistol, but I am also still working on leveling up the Volkite pistol as of the time of this video. So, since the gun doesn't matter, let's take a look at the hammer. If you watched any video or been playing the game for any amount of time, you know fencing is just the only way to go, and you will be wasting your time with the other two types of hammers, so don't even try them. Let's take a look at the perk tree. The idea behind the perk tree is literally to put as much focused damage into the hammer as we possibly can. If it gave the hammer a damage buff, we wanted it. We're going to take the raw melee damage increase. We're going to take the aftershock preparation time reduction. We're going to take some more damage. We're going to increase the range of our damage. We're going to increase another hit for damage. More melee damage. Some more stomping, and you're starting to get the picture. If it can deal damage, we want to pull as much damage out of this build as we can. Onto the perk tree. Instead of going through all of them like I normally do, seems to be a little drug out. If you like the way I've done that and kind of follow behind my build theory, let me know in the comments and I can work with it, check it out, just kind of let me know what you think. This time around, we're just going to tackle the skills that we have and move on. The first one we're going to get comes kind of late in the game, and it's armor reinforcement. Non-finisher gun strikes also restore armor. This perk right here is critical to your build. It will help keep you alive through and through. This one's just non-negotiable. You can't change that one. The other two that you get are going to be picked up relatively early and stick with you all the way through your build. This one's going to help auxiliary arsenals, secondary weapons damage increased by 15%, just so when you do have to pull that bad boy out and start shooting at things. The next one is Perseverance. While performing a charged attack, you do not lose control. This is great for your charged attacks. I hope you can see the benefit in that. Team perks are a big factor when it comes to playing some of the higher tier operations, especially in Ruthless and Lethal difficulty. And, you know, as much as I hate to tell you, people will judge you based on your team perks, because perks that help everybody are preferred. If it's a perk that doesn't really add us any boost or anything, just get out of town. Just go away. Try something else. Early on, all squad member abilities recharge 10% faster. This is great. But the one I stuck with is Proven Efficiency. All squad members deal 50% more gun strike damage. This is going to soften up Majoris amazingly. You get a good parry, a good dodge, way fewer gun strikes to drop them into that execution mode. Next on the list, Precision Strike. Ground pound deals 100% more damage, but radius is reduced. I'm okay with this. If I'm using ground pound, I'm not after the little guys anyways. I want to focus that damage on the Majoris, Extremis, or Terminus, whatever I'm hitting. I want to deal as much damage to the target that I'm after that I can. Maneuverability. Jetpack recharges 20% faster. Fantastic. If you can get that ability up and get you up in the air and slamming down, doing massive damage, always better. Another one you can pick up early on, Pride in Duty. After a finisher, ground pound deals 25% more damage for 10 seconds. You are going to do a massive amount of finishers, which means all these ground pounds at 25% more damage. Your melee is just going to stay pretty much at 25% more damage constantly thanks to this ability. Down to the final one, the signature move. Jumping right into the middle one here. I don't know how I do that in nearly all my builds, but Ascension. Jump Pack Leap deals damage to all enemies in takeoff. This one's great because if I'm launching up out of the air, I'm going to damage something, and then I can slam right back down on top of it, damage it. And if you're in a tight pinch, something just died and you stayed alive. It's fantastic. The other ones you get are pretty nice. Any use of Jump Pack reloads ranged weapon. And by nice, we don't use it. It's useless. So yeah, no ranged weapons here. And unless you're running a dodge build, the last one's not the one you want either. The Assault class can be a devastating class to play, but it's also one of the more difficult ones to comprehend and get the hang of in Space Marine 2. The difficulty behind it is how it requires you. You have to be up in the mess all the time. You have to be up in there fighting. And without a lot of the healing capabilities that the Bulwark has when you're in a mess like that, things can really chew on you. One thing you have to remember with the Assault class is it's mobile. You have to keep moving. Getting greedy and trying to get your shots on things is not going to work well for you in the long run. You're going to have to keep moving, chipping away at things, and wait for your opportunity to really bring down the hammer. Oh, God, I'd like to say no pun intended, but it was so intended. But you got to do it. I mean, you get the opportunity to strike things and hit them instead of just going toe-to-toe with them. Once you figure this out and really master the art of your parries and your gun strikes to mitigate the damage and keep things from hurting you, and learning to do the gun strikes where they benefit you and give you armor versus letting too many things whip your ass because you decided to go into the animation at the wrong time, can really be a big challenge on this. But it's so rewarding when you finally get to it and everything else. The kills are big, the combat's big, everything about it is big and great and awesome. Just like you. And everyone else that's watching the video, thank you very much. I had a blast making these. So until next operation, until next time, you have a great day.